Have you ever noticed how, all of a sudden, everything seems to slow down after 55? The vigor is no longer the same. The disposition flees without warning. And even that spark of intimacy begins to show signs of tiredness. Here comes the question that no one wants to ask out loud. Is this the beginning of the end? The truth, and here's a shock, is that the problem may not be age. And yes, what you were taught to accept as normal. We live in a society that whispers in the ear of the mature man that he has already given what he had to give. But what if I told you that there are men over 70 living with more energy, desire, and pleasure than many in their 40s? Sounds crazy, right? But it's pure reality. And they don't have anything you can't have. They've just changed the route. In this video, you'll find out what no one told you about true men's health. Understand how simple and natural habits are changing the lives of men around the world. And learn how to transform your routine to regain not only your vitality, but your confidence. Ready to turn the tide? Because after that, there's no way to pretend you don't know the way anymore. Over the years, many men over 55 begin to notice that things don't work the way they used to. But what few say, and that almost no one teaches in depth, is that men's health does not need to go downhill over time. Erectile dysfunction, lack of desire, constant tiredness. This has become so common that it seems inevitable, right? But guess what? It is not. And understanding this is already half the way to transforming this reality. The body gives signals. Yes, sir. And these signs are often silent at first. A subtle increase in the belly, that desire to sleep right after dinner, or the interest that is no longer so highlighted. That's where the danger lies. When these clues are ignored, it opens up room for something more serious, such as an imbalance in testosterone or an enlarged prostate. But check it out. We are not talking about complex diseases here. These are issues that, if identified early, can be treated with simple lifestyle changes. What if I told you that a daily 30-minute walk, a spoonful of honey with ginger on an empty stomach, and a good night's sleep can revolutionize your male vitality? It may sound like self-help book talk, but it's pure science. Intimacy in old age can, and should, be active, satisfying, and full of energy. And that's exactly what the men of the blue zones practice every day. But calm down. This is just the beginning. There's a secret coming from places where you can imagine living to 90 with plenty of energy to enjoy life. And not just to survive, but to live with pleasure, vitality, and yes, with active intimacy. It sounds utopian, but it is pure reality in the so-called blue zones. In these regions of the planet, such as Sardinia, Okinawa, and Nicoya, men over 55 continue to have men's health on the rise, while many people here have already hung up their boots too soon. What's the secret? A handful of simple but powerful habits. The key is in everyday life. It's not about magic formulas or expensive therapies. It's about walking to the market, growing your own food, talking to neighbors, drinking herbal tea, sometimes with honey, ginger, and a touch of cinnamon. And of course, eating well. The anti-inflammatory diet they follow is natural. Fresh vegetables, fish rich in omega-3, whole grains, and no ultra-processed foods. And detail, they don't go to fancy gyms, but they stay active constantly. Result? A healthier body, a calm mind, and an intimate life that remains firm. And it doesn't stop there. They live longer and live better because they don't disconnect emotionally. Maintain strong connections with friends, family, and partners. This social web reduces chronic stress and keeps the heart and desire warm. Intimacy in old age is not taboo there. It is celebrated. Do you want to know how these people face body changes so lightly? This part is even more revealing. Reaching 60 does not mean pressing the pause button in intimate life, but it is necessary to recognize the body changes, and you cannot pretend that it does not. The face no longer stretches as it used to, the chest gives a little, and down there, well, the signs also appear. Men over 55 face real transformations. Skin becomes thinner, sensitivity drops, and erectile dysfunction can appear more often. And no, that's not weakness. It's physiology. It's like a car that's driven many miles. It still works, but it needs more careful maintenance. Testosterone begins to drop, usually 1% per year after 40. This messes with libido, mood, energy. And the prostate. This one grows slowly, and when you least expect it, it is already causing discomfort such as constant urge to urinate and weak flow. These signs, if ignored, can affect not only intimacy in old age, but the entire quality of life. But calm down, warrior. Nothing is lost. The big secret here is to understand what is a natural part of healthy aging, and what are alarms that require attention. A practical example. If you notice that you need to get up 3 times at night to go to the bathroom, it may be time to talk to your doctor. But calm down. You'll be surprised at how much you can do right now to reverse much of this. And that starts with simple habits, which I'll tell you about in the next point. It may sound cliché, but the truth is that what you do every day matters more than any expensive medicine. Men over 55 years old who cultivate healthy habits notice an absurd difference in male vitality. And we're not talking about changing your entire life overnight. Start with the basics. Drink more water, swap that white bread for oatmeal, and add a handful of colorful veggies to lunch. This is the basis of anti-inflammatory food, and it is an asset for your intimate health. The body responds well when you move. Regular physical exercise increases circulation, strengthens muscles, and elevates mood. You don't have to become an athlete. Walking 30 minutes a day, climbing stairs instead of taking the elevator, or even dancing while cleaning the house already makes a difference. Want to boost it? Add light strength activities twice a week. And don't underestimate quality sleep. It not only recharges the mind, but regulates the hormones that keep your craving up there. And what about emotional connections? A sincere conversation, a tight hug, a good laugh. It feeds the soul. When the heart is light, intimacy flows more naturally. Chronic stress, on the other hand, is a silent health thief. It reduces testosterone production and causes imbalances. You can fight it with strategic pauses, meditation, and even that old gratitude notebook. But wait. Before you put everything into practice, you need to know what's sabotaging your energy. It's curious how we spend years building bad habits and think we can compensate with a miracle supplement. But it doesn't work like that. Men over 55 often face a drop in male vitality, not because of age itself, but because of accumulated choices. Poor diet, lack of movement, sleepless nights. Ultra-processed foods, for example, are true silent villains, full of additives that inflame the body and mess up hormone production. And there's more. A sedentary lifestyle is almost an epidemic. Sitting all day, on the couch, in front of the TV or computer, slows down metabolism, affects circulation, and directly contributes to erectile dysfunction. The absence of physical exercise reduces testosterone and leaves the muscles flaccid, which also impacts self-esteem. Couple that with chronic, emotionally draining stress and insomnia, and you have a dangerous recipe for men's health breakdown. Another critical point is self-medication. Many resort to anxiolytics or antidepressants without medical advice, which can affect sexual desire, mood, and even cognition. The solution is not to mask the symptom, but to rescue the body's balance. And the good news? You can start recovering your energy now, even with the help of a natural, simple recipe that has crossed generations with surprising effectiveness. Do you know that wisdom that passes from grandfather to grandson, which no one learns in college but has been working for centuries? Well, when it comes to male vitality, some natural recipes are true treasures. Men over 55 have resorted to a powerful tonic made with simple ingredients: honey, ginger, cinnamon, and lemon. And look, it's not magic. It's science and tradition. This mixture warms the body, stimulates circulation, and strengthens immunity, promoting healthy aging with more energy. Want to try it out? Just mix a tablespoon of pure honey, a teaspoon of fresh grated ginger, another of cinnamon, preferably of the Ceylon type, juice of half a lemon, and top up with 200 milliliters of warm water. Important, warm, not boiling. This preserves nutrients. Take in the morning, on an empty stomach for 30 days. Then take a break for a week and restart. This recipe improves blood flow, fights inflammation, and even gives that little boost to testosterone. But beware, not every organism is the same. Those who have stomach problems, such as gastritis or ulcers, should avoid this mixture. The same goes for those who are allergic to any of the ingredients. And of course, if you're diabetic, talk to your doctor before trying it. Now, if everything is right, why not give it a try? After all, small rituals can bring big changes. And speaking of changes, the numbers behind these transformations are even more impactful. Sometimes all that's missing for us to wake up is a number, a simple but powerful fact that changes perspective. For example, did you know that testosterone, a crucial hormone for male health, starts to drop about 1% per year after the age of 30 or 40? Seems little, right? But in 10 years, this loss already directly impacts desire, energy, and mood. Men over 55 who don't pay attention to this often think they're just tired, when in fact their hormones are out of balance. Another number that no one counts: the recovery time between sexual intercourse naturally increases with age. If before a few minutes were enough, now the interval can reach hours or even days, and this is perfectly normal. But this prolonged break can also be a sign of something deeper: erectile dysfunction, chronic stress, or even inflammatory eating. Simple lifestyle changes, such as sleeping better and including ginger and cinnamon in the diet, can speed up this recovery time and return enthusiasm. And you can't ignore the enlarged prostate, a subject that many avoid. After 50, the risk of benign hyperplasia increases significantly. This impacts sleep, well-being, and even intimacy in old age. But look how interesting. In communities in the blue zones, where the diet is more natural and the body is always moving, the incidence is much lower. Coincidence? Maybe not. And then, are you paying enough attention to your numbers? So tell me, real man, will you continue to believe that aging is synonymous with decadence? Or will you use this knowledge to build the best phase of your life? The decision is there, knocking on your door. It's time to stop accepting fatigue, low libido, and postponed exams as something normal. This is not normal. It is neglect of yourself. And now that you know that, what are you going to do with that information? I want to know from you. If this content lit a spark inside, type, "I want to live longer and better," in the comments. But if I still haven't convinced you, type, "I don't know yet," so I'll know that I need to improve the way I bring this content to you. Oh, and of course, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Here the conversation is direct, without fluff, with valuable information for those who want to age with health, dignity, and power. And this, my friend, starts now. And see you in the next video.